It is time to get you back to work, and why not arm yourself with all the right information as much as possible? There's nobody better to help you than Joni Daniels. She's a regular guest here on our show. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
You always have great advice.
Thank you.
All right, what is an informational interview?
An informational interview is an interview that you conduct when you're doing research and you're trying to get information about a job or an industry or a company that you're thinking about exploring as a profession for yourself.
Right. It kind of sounds like a no-brainer, but there are great points that you brought up, things that you should definitely do in this whole process. So you want to start with them?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, you said find people of interest.
Right. People who of interest who either have the kind of job that you think you want, or people who work for a company that you think you'd like to work for, or people who are employed in an industry that you're thinking of exploring as a second career.
Is this not only for networking purposes, but really just to learn more?
It's both, because hopefully as you learn more about the job that you think you want to make a jump to, you're making connections and contacts, and those people will be part of your professional network.
Be professional. That was the next piece of advice you said.
Yeah, because even though this isn't a job interview, you're making a first impression. So you want to act professionally, you want to dress professionally, you want to appear on time, you want to behave as if you are a professional already in the field.
And you said also be courteous.
Right, because you're asking people who are already working for their time and some information. So it's, you know, you're really at their mercy. If they only have 20 minutes, say thank you very much and take 20 minutes. If they can only talk to you on the phone, then that's great. Thank you for the opportunity. It's not about what you want, it's about how much time they're willing to give you.
And you said be prepared.
Right, because you really should need to know what are the questions you want to ask, what do you want to find out, how do they spend their day. You might want to write some questions down about what they needed to do to prepare for this job, how they spend their time, what they like about it, what they don't like, because this is your opportunity to do some legwork and get some information.
Would you say with being prepared too, it sounds a little dorky, but maybe even practice what you want to say to somebody, because sometimes you think you're prepared and then you make that phone call and you get nervous.
Absolutely. If you can write down a few key points that you want to make, it'll keep you focused, it'll keep you articulate, and if you practice, then you know how it sounds, and it sounds concise and professional and polished.
All right, okay. Another one, take notes.
You know, there's nothing wrong with taking notes in an interview. It helps you keep track of information as long as you're not writing down everything they say verbatim and asking them to stop talking so you can write down more pearls of wisdom, because you want to have something to refer back to. And so ask if it's okay or if they mind if you can just jot down a few key points that they're making.
What about this one? Create and use an outline.
Once you've met with the person, as soon as possible, write down the outline of the things that they covered in their conversation, because if you do a lot of these informational interviews, it can get very blurry and you begin to forget who said what and what did they say about certain things and certain companies, and you want to keep track of the information you're getting.
Absolutely, and then you have it all right there if you need it.
Right.
And then you said write a thank you note.
Yeah, I know today it's just so much easier to email and text and just say thanks, and as long as I said thank you to you in person, isn't that enough? But a formal written thank you note, just 2 or 3 lines very quickly, lets them know that you appreciate it. The bottom line here is, if you decide that this is an industry or a job that you want to pursue, this person could become part of your professional network, and you can follow up with sending them articles and keeping in touch, and that's really what you're looking to do. Find a way to keep connected.
Yeah, they always say it's who you know, so if you have the chance to meet somebody. And the last one, really quickly, you say reflect.
Yeah, once you've collected all this information, think about it. Think about, is this really what I want to do? I thought this was interesting, but some of the things they said make me wonder if I'm a good fit. Do I really want to go back to school? Am I willing to pay my dues? What's the job market like? Think about the information you're getting. It's not just meeting people, it's really getting the information and using it to further your own career.
All right, Coach, give me your website.
www.JoniDaniels, that's JoniDaniels.com.
All right, it's always great to see you.
I'll see you soon.
All right, thanks for coming in. Stay with us. Coming up next, this 7 words you can't say on